Well, that's only a little bit of the story. I kind of tweak my number after the ADP, but it's not the big driver. The big driver really is that over the last few months we've seen some very strong indicators of hiring and we've seen very low indicators of firing. You know, jobless claims are at the lowest level they've ever been, population adjusted, since 1948. So the labour market's very tight. Nobody wants to fire anybody. Everybody wants to hire people. So the trend, I think, is probably above 200,000. So that's what I'm looking for today.
In your note, you say there could be some quirks when it comes to the wage number. We're expecting a print of 0.2%. If it's only that, is that enough for the Fed to tighten more in the month of June?
They're going to tighten in June almost no matter what. The question really is what happens to wages over the next few months, because the monthly data are super volatile. There's all sorts of calendar distortions, including one today, which probably will push the number down a little bit. But looking further ahead, we've got ever tightening indicators from the labour market, ever falling unemployment, NFIB small business surveys screaming that companies can't find the people they want to hire. So the pressure is building to the upside, and so it's more about what happens over the next 6 to 12 months will be driven by the wage numbers rather than the June meeting. The June meeting is a done deal unless something really calamitous happens. But what I really care about now is what we're looking at in the wage numbers getting into the fall and into the winter of this year, because then I think the pressure really is building to the upside, and that's going to force the Fed to think about inflation in 2018 and how they deal with that with monetary policy going forward. So I'm kind of with the Fed guys who are saying another 2 or 3 hikes this year and more to come next year, which the market doesn't believe.
Very briefly, Ian, we only have a couple seconds left here, but if I'm taking a look at the most recent auto numbers, auto sales dropping for the 3rd month in a row. Just how strong is the U.S. consumer really?
Pretty good. The new car sales numbers are misleading. What's happening is people are switching into buying used cars because there's so many very cheap ones around coming off lease. So total car sales are up very strongly. It's just the makers and the dealers of new cars that are suffering. If you're selling used cars, the business is pretty good.